All right.
I was dictating the wrap-up on the Butcher Benton package. I'm Lieutenant Dick Chasen.
I'll just disable it in OBS.
It hadn't been a routine case. And to find the answer, I've had to put a lot of little pieces together.
Oh, I think it broke my,
On the day most cases
Oh,
can
it
be
broke
called
everything.
It was the day before the butcher was to be executed. He was visited by his attorney, Paul Lowe, in the death house. It was at this first meeting the Butcher Benton case took its first switch.
Oh, God.
That's it, Butcher.
Of course it broke everything. I don't know why
the
they...
case was so strong, the government turned down your appeal.
Oh, I know what happened.
You're a rotten liar, Lowe. You
My bad.
started
I'm just retarded.
Now you're still trying to throw me curves.
Look, I don't blame you for being edgy, but get this straight. I didn't double-cross you. I never worked harder for a client.
You mean you never worked harder for a client to get him sentenced?
You're a fool, Butcher. If you hadn't tried to double-cross Screamy Ellis and Joe Marcelli, they wouldn't have turned state's evidence against you. But you had to get greedy. You wanted to keep the whole $600,000 for yourself. Well, the boys got sore, and I don't blame them.
It was all your idea. You planned the whole job. You hired us. When you found out I'd staged the money, you decided it was time for me to die.
Okay.
You
I think I
got
fixed
those two
everything.
crumbs
Sorry.
to turn state's evidence on me. You stinking rotten mouthpiece.
We both know that isn't true, Butcher. Now, look, what's the sense in not giving me the money? It's not going to do you any good.
Well, I'll have the satisfaction of knowing that none of you three crumbs are going to spend it.
Did he call him a crumb?
Don't you hear something? You tell me where the money is, I'll see that she gets your share.
I've got a different idea. I'm going to kill you and Squeamy and
Hey,
Joe.
Death.
Then I'll take care of Eva myself.
Oh yeah, you gotta rearrange the source. You gotta use them layers.
Remember what I said? I'm going to get you. All three of you.
Even for you, Butcher, that'd be quite a trick. So long, dead man.
Have fun on death row.
Remember what I said? I'm going to kill you. All three of you.
Brutal. Go ahead and add another rolling rock up to the counter. There we go.
Back in Los Angeles, two men sat in a bar room listening to a newscaster tell his headline story. He played up big the butcher's threat to kill Paul Lowe, Squeamy Ellis, and Joe Marcelli.
Squeamy
Turned
Elvis.
state's evidence against
Elvis.
him. Squeamy Ellis didn't seem happy over the butcher's threat. Neither did Joe Marcelli. But they
Okay,
had figured,
I think we're good.
once a dead man, always a dead man.
Three
This was
fucking
one time
crumbs.
everyone was in for a surprise, including the entire police department.
This is already a million times better than Manos. Butcher ties today. Vows revenge on attorney. Look at this. Some
See the
crap.
headlines, Captain?
Teletype just came in from San Francisco. Butcher's execution is set for 5 o'clock this afternoon. And like the newspapers say, he still refuses to talk about that stolen money.
Anybody who asks, he just calls him a crumb.
Coming up with something.
That's what I dropped by for, Dick. With Butcher's
Miami
execution, the
Connection
department's
sounds familiar,
marking his
actually.
Case closed. That means you'll be reassigned.
I spent a whole year trying to break this case. As far as I'm concerned, Butcher's death is just the beginning. Of course, I can't prove it, but I think that Paul Lowe was the top man. And even though I have to keep working on it while off duty, I'm going to get Lowe, Squeamy Ellis, and Joe Marcelli.
Okay, Lieutenant. Officially, I've taken you off of the case.
That's sexual harassment there, pal. You get your hand off my knee.
Do me a favor. Keep me posted.
Will do. Thanks, John.
Thanks, pal. Yeah, this goes all the way to the top. They won't listen to me, though, yeah?
She worked in a local burlesque house. I'm a cop, and my job is to ask questions and get answers. So I decided I might as well start again with her.
Tough cop asking tough questions. Come here, dame.
Come in. Oh. What do you want?
I'd like to talk to you.
He's one lucky cop.
You're a cop, aren't you?
That's a good question. I can't even find a 3-ton armored car, let alone the $600,000.
His questions are so hard.
A year.
He's going to be throwing that in everybody's face, isn't he? I've been working for it over a year.
Benton's gonna be dead in a little while. I thought it might make a difference.
I never knew anything about the money. Call me dumb. I didn't even know Charles was in the rackets until the trial.
Now, take it easy, kid.
You're on, Eva.
See how quick that scene was? Boom, boom, ask question. Boom, I'm going here. Boom, I'm going there. Clever girl. 35 cents for a shoe shine? Oh my God.
Honey, here's your wrap.
And the racism, it begins. Everybody make sure to hand out your Klan hats, hoods. Hi, darling. Whatever happened to that? You haven't been talking to the cops, have you? Is this one of the crumbs?
A few moments ago, Butcher Benton, without revealing the whereabouts of the $600,000 stolen in the armored car holdup, paid for his crimes against society in the gas chamber at San Quentin. Now for a look at the international scene.
Ah, so he's dead, finally. Don't worry about him, darling.
Baby, don't waste tears on Benton.
Yeah, forget about
I
him.
feel so badly about Charles. If I'd known, maybe I could have done something.
How about a drink? We could both use it.
No, I just can't drink while she's working.
Boy, see. What's that? Well, now what's the matter?
The message from Charles. He told me to open it. He died.
Well,
Nolly, Eva.
All
it's
right.
about time. He'd want you to see that.
How about a steak after the show?
No,
A steak.
Not tonight, Paul.
I'll have the steak. You just have a nice light white wine. Then we'll head down a dirt road that goes nowhere.
I didn't find out until much later.
Chased down by the
Paul
sheriffs.
Lowe, in opening the letter the butcher had given Eva, found a map outlining a section of the city sewer system. And clearly identified was the spot where the butcher had hidden the stolen payroll.
That is a horrible map.
$50 bill.
How are you supposed to find anything with
$50
that?
To gain $600,000 was not a bad day's work.
He didn't mail anything else? He's pretty good at opening them
200
letters like
miles
that.
away in San Francisco, the case took another switch, which turned the next 72 hours into one long, hideous nightmare. Dr. Bradshaw, a distinguished biochemist, was making preparations for a final experiment which he hoped would lead the way to a cure for cancer. He'd been successful with laboratory animals. The last step called for a human body. And Dr. Bradshaw's assistant quickly made a deal with a local mortuary and returned to the laboratory with the dead body of Butcher Benton.
Butcher Benton, they're going to cure his cancer, guys.
You made good time.
Well, I didn't waste any.
Any trouble?
Oh, when this movie came out, this was probably rated R.
Station wagon, that was that.
Good. Get a syringe.
Because they showed the face of a dead guy.
He's in good shape.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, cure the cancer that the electric chair gave
We'll
him.
get other blood samples later. We'll run this one through fast.
Right.
Yeah, you got to run that first one fast because, you know, his blood might be clotting or something.
Now wheel him into the machine and then raise him.
Most of it's probably, like, you know, in his back. Because gravity. That was a lot of Kool-Aid. Oh, it was the gas chamber. I'm sorry. I was fixing things earlier.
You mean you're going to give him 287,000 volts?
Yes, yes. I'll get the fluoroscope set. We'll check with that before we start dissecting. Turn off the lights.
Yes, let's try and resuscitate him before we start dissecting. I mean, he's been dead long enough, right?
There you are, old boy. If you respond properly and my theory is sound, you'll be more famous dead than alive. Throw the switch.
Throw the switch. Just be careful of the windows. Huh. This kind of reminds me of another old movie. Series of movies. Can't put my finger on it, though.
But wait, I thought I saw a pulsation of the heart.
You're right.
Dr. Bradshaw is beginning to breathe. You've brought this man back to life.
No.
Well, kill him again. We're trying to cure cancer, goddammit. Not death.
Yes, but it does prove that the cells still function.
I wonder how long he's been dead. If you could bring a person back to life who's been dead for like a year, a day, not a year, a day,
His cells are multiplying now, if your theory is
how much
right.
brain damage would you have?
Could keep that reaction going longer. But it's worth a try. Get the body out.
Hey, it's two birds with one stone, Tom. Guess him again? Jesus. By the way, I totally forgot if I even mentioned earlier. Thank you,
Get some
Tom.
adrenaline from the supply room. Some amyl nitrite.
I've had too many beers by
Hurry,
now.
hurry.
I'm about to get drunk and smash some Pop-Tarts. Oh no. Wouldn't you be a little worried if he was alive? You don't notice it moving? The butcher. The butcher is back. Please don't butch me.
Hey, now. You mustn't move. Your heart can't stand the strain. Now, you must lie still. Please, please. Easy now.
What was the crimes that they gassed him for anyways? Didn't he just steal a bunch of money?
Easy, please.
Butch! You're much stronger than what you used to be. That or the other guy's made out of paper.
Dr. Bradshaw's experiment had given life back to the butcher. He tried to talk, but the electrical voltage had burned out his vocal cords. Yet it hadn't destroyed his brain. He knew who he was. He knew who he hated. As he stumbled about the room, I think he thought only about one: kill Lowe, Squeamy, and Joe Marcelli. The tremendous electrical voltage that Dr. Bradshaw had given the butcher had increased his cellular structure to the point where he was no longer a man. Dr. Bradshaw's experiment had created a vicious, brutal animal with an almost inconceivable amount of strength. Dr. Bradshaw must have believed the butcher's regained life would last for only a few minutes. Therefore, instead of calling for help, the doctor decided to handle his creation alone.
Now, easy, Benton. Just relax. I'm a doctor. I want to try to help you. Do you understand me? You're in my laboratory. The execution was carried out and you were declared dead. I tried an experiment on you and brought you back to life, although I didn't intend that.
I like how they try to close the plot
Now, you've
holes
had a
and
great
shit with
shot
the...
now.
Well,
Come and sit down. Now.
he's better at everything,
Take it easy.
but he can't talk. The electricity fried his vocal cords, but it made the rest of him stronger.
Careful. His reactions are violent.
How do you explain this?
Each cell must have multiplied 100 times, perhaps thousands. His strength is unbelievable. No, it's too late for the amyl nitrite. I want to get some blood samples, make some tests on him, find out what's happened. Get me a syringe.
I'm sure he's going to be cool with this. Now hold still while I fucking stab you.
Why won't the needle penetrate the skin?
Tissue must be nearly a solid mass of cells.
How are we going to get the blood sample?
Surgically, perhaps. Now, easy, then. Take it easy. You can't leave here now. I'm responsible for your being alive.
Don't move, Mr. Butcher. I need you to hold still so I can cut you open. Just dunk both them bitches. All right, Mr. Butcher. Go fulfill your destiny. I don't think they intentionally made him mute. Oh, I see what you're asking now. Maybe scarier? I don't know. I figured it'd be able to keep him from explaining to anybody what's actually wrong with him. He's so fucking sweaty. Somebody teach this man to dab.
In this case, Captain Lauder and I found out the doctor and his assistant had been murdered. But I'm getting ahead of my story. The butcher didn't know how he had been brought back from the dead, and he didn't.
Yeah, he was pretty pissed off at that one crumb.
He was alive.
He was alive.
This monster
Can you call this alive?
Started thinking about Los Angeles.
Hey, he could probably pick up smoking and he wouldn't get cancer. Sounds like a good idea. Otherwise, he wouldn't be. He wouldn't be in a work camp in Vape Nation.
On that vessel in Los Angeles, I decided to stop playing detective for a little while. I went to the burlesque.
We'll probably
house
find out
and
later,
asked Eva
Grimmeth,
to have dinner
when they
with
finally
me.
meet.
After all, the butcher was dead, and if I got lucky, sooner or later, I figured Paul Lowe would lead me to the stolen payroll. In a way, that possibility made me even feel better.
Do we, Death? Because I'm not even sure if those scientists are dead.
It's not fair to watch the show from backstage.
Next time, I'll pay admission.
I take it by that remark you like my routine.
So he's able to get backstage without paying to get into the fucking
What I
building?
can't figure out, though, is why you stay in a place like this. It shouldn't be hard for someone like you to get a job in a class spot.
If you weren't a detective, I'd be willing to bet with a line like that.
Okay,
next
I get
remark
the
would be,
mole on the
"How
face
about
and that being like a cute thing
not
and old-timey
exactly
stuff.
dinner, but
She has got one of the largest, most disgusting moles on her
You're asking
shoulder.
an official
Look at that! Look at that right shoulder! Look at that!
I'm off duty.
Her left shoulder, alright. Look at that! Look at that out there!
I called you as Lieutenant Chasen. Do you have a first name?
Looks like she's had a piece of gum stuck to her shoulder for about 3 weeks.
Give me
Oh
10
wait, maybe
minutes
it's
for a
glitter or
quick
something.
change, because
Yeah, I see
you
it's
just
shining
made
now.
yourself
Never
a
mind.
waste, Lieutenant. I mean, Dick.
Well, my point stands. She should go find a rat to have that thing gnawed off her face. I'm sorry it was shiny.
Know something, Dick?
At least I figured it out. And I went through the entire movie screaming about this woman's
In
mole.
a lot of years.
Well, from now on, we'll do it more often.
Yes! Inject the cure for cancer
I
right
always
into her
figured
mole.
a policeman wasn't
And
really a
then
human
shock
being.
her.
I mean, unless he was arresting someone or trying to solve a case, he was unhappy.
Shows you how wrong you are. In fact, everyone on the force gets fed up occasionally with the job they do. Maybe we're more human than anyone else. We see so much trouble, we get to hate the word. But as long as the world's filled with people, there'll have to be men who enforce the laws.
What made you join the department?
Now who's making with the questions?
No, honest.
Who's the detective here, Toots?
Well, it's
Pull
really
that top
very
off and show me them tits.
When I got out of the Air Corps, I knocked around for a while. Well, I went to work for an oil company. One day, I went back to college on the GI Bill. Just before graduation, I noticed all about the police department exams. Seemed a pretty good thing to do with your life, so I took the exams, passed.
Now I can walk into burlesques whenever I please.
If I ask one more question, would you say no?
And all I got to do is go, police department,
Am
ma'am.
I still part
I
of
have
the
some
Charles
questions.
Benton investigation?
Don't even have to
I
pay.
mean, right now.
I don't think so. As far as the department's concerned, when Benton was executed, the case was marked
I
closed.
need to see your tits for evidence.
Inside of me, that's not good enough.
I don't follow you.
Well, the $600,000 is still missing. And a fast-talking underworld lawyer...
Well, I mean, who would be able to get away
walking
with
around
killing
free
strippers
man.
in the car better than a cop?
Someday,
A detective.
no matter how long it takes, I'll get him and the money. Until I do, the Benton case for me is not closed.
Bye,
Give
Violet.
you my word, Dick. Charles Benton never told me anything about the money.
Oh, I've been sure of that for a long time. But how did you ever get mixed up with anyone like the butcher?
This trouble ever started just happened.
It was how
I
sweaty
had
he
roommates
was.
to date Benton
That's
all the
kind of
time.
my fetish.
One day she packed and left for Chicago. Benton carried a torch for her, and he used my shoulder to cry on. First thing I knew, we were having dinner together. And
Plus, the only way I know how to identify him because
I
I'm
was
blind
labeled by the police
is to
as
listen to
this
the sound of his
known
voice.
suspect and Benton's girl, but it was never like that. I made only one mistake. I felt sorry for him.
You mean, until he was arrested for the robbery and the killing, you had no idea how he earned a living?
I know this is going to sound crazy, but I only went out with Benton a couple of times. And all we ever talked about was Madge, my old roommate. The last time
Madge?
I saw him, he tried
Large
to get
Marge?
friendly, and that's when I told him he had the wrong girl. But like I said, I'd already made my mistake.
What about the burlesque house? How do you two fit together?
You sound like a lot of other people. I left a small town a couple of years ago because I won a beauty contest, and the first prize was a screen test. Da, 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 da.
After which, nothing happened?
That's right. Only it was pretty rough. And then one day I read an ad about girls wanted for a burlesque show. I auditioned and I got the job. You know something? It's like any other job. If you're looking for trouble, you can find it even in a schoolroom.
Or in a sewer?
Well, when the screen test didn't work out, though, why
I bet you
did
that's why she was so into the butcher.
First, you have to have a home to go
Was
back
his
to.
excellent
My books are dead.
map making
And the second
skills.
was as good as any place else. I don't know about you, but I do 8 shows a day, and at this hour I'm bushed.
I know what you mean. Mind if I...
Well, luckily, Salty, I'm sure those are clipped.
No.
Well, I know those are
And I'll
clipped
tell
in
you something
Discord.
else. I haven't minded anything about tonight. Not even the hamburger.
Oh, how can you forget about the big old dong?
I kept playing tag with Lowe. He made 4 telephone calls. 3 of them didn't interest me, but one did.
Why didn't you
The
bust
one
his
Joe
bitch ass
Marcelli.
when you had...
I watched Joe head for
Your
his
shoes
meeting
being
with
shined.
Lowe, and for some unknown reason, I began to get the feeling that this case was finally about to explode in my favor.
Ooh, I thought he was going to say explode in his face. That was my reaction. That's literally me right now.
Well, look at that, will you? I see him stagger on 2 legs, but he's doing it on 4.
Shut up, you flea bag.
Well, look who's calling
Playback.
names. At least I ate a squealer, a stoolie.
I warned you before. All right, Harry, that's enough. I'll take care of him. I want to talk to him.
Was he about to beat
Then
this
you do
woman
business
with
you've got with
his
this psycho.
crutch?
Take care of it upstairs in your office. You keep showing around here, sooner or later he's going to get slugged, crippled or no cripple. All right, shut up, Jim. Sit down.
Does he use being crippled as an excuse to batter women with his crutches? The old hag. Old smuggler?
I need a shot. Bad.
You'll get one after I talk to you. You sober
I need a
enough to
shot
understand?
too.
Yeah, I run out of dough.
No wonder. Look at you. You used to be the best torch man in town. Now I don't think you...
Now you in bars
Give you
beating
the
women with
combination.
crutches.
No jobs. Nobody wants me since I turned states on Benton. That's your doing. You taught me.
All right, quit crying. I got a job for you. If you can stay off that stuff long enough.
You know I can if I got a job. How much? What is it?
Stop sucking down the sauce.
Where?
Right near where he pulled the job. Interested?
$2,000 ain't much out of 600,000.
The other expenses. Besides that money.
Yeah, do you know how hard it is to get flour
Whenever do I get another
in
boy?
L.A.?
I'll do it. How soon do you want me to go to work?
Set it up for tomorrow night. Call me before noon. I'm going to the races. 1. That's all. The job's over.
What? What was he saying? One shot? I don't think that's how the song goes. Shot, 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 shot. Yeah. Good night, Beetle. Farewell.
The butcher was walking slowly toward Los Angeles. He'd traveled through wooded hills to prevent being seen by anyone. Finally, he came to a quiet road. He stopped to get his bearings. And then he saw her. He saw something else. An automobile. For the butcher, that
and then he saw a building.
a car. He knew by the next afternoon he'd be in Los Angeles in plenty of time to catch up with the 3 men who had double-crossed him.
So he had no choice. I mean, that's his only desire. That is his fetish now.
Well,
The
you're
industry.
a real gentleman to be helping strangers in distress. I hope you don't mind me using the babe here as bait. Quite a dish, isn't she? But that's what she gets paid for. Bait, that is. Yes, sir. She's a real shaker artist of my outfit. Carnival man myself. Just call me Connie. Yeah. Well, friend, we're in a little bit of difficulty here. Got a flat tire, brand new car, no tools in the back. Why, some of these dealers make
This
my
name here, her
look
name is
like babes
Bait
in
Betsy. She baits all the lads. Is he gonna fix the car? Yes. He's holding the car up so they can change it.
Some Gilhooly. Say, who you with, friend? Let it down. Let it down. No matter who you with, friend. Believe me, I can do better for both of us. I'll make a fortune for the both of us.
This is my car. I got crumbs to kill, pal. I'm not joining your freak circus. Why didn't he snatch Betsy up, though?
An hour later, the San Francisco Police Department sent out an APB. Squads were sent to various parts of the countryside.
Calling on cars. From here to San Francisco and... Wait, they're in San Francisco, right? LA, be on the lookout for a guy in a nice new car. It looks like that butcher that they just gassed. Why the fuck are they using gas to kill people with? I thought they electrocuted people. I mean, I know they hang people and gas people and injection.
Kept reporting back to central headquarters, and each of their stories was the same. So far, none of them had spotted the car the killer was driving. Orders were given to shoot to kill, because from the girls' further accounts, they realized they were dealing with a maniac.
They're just gonna see like, oh, that's even if they spot somebody in the same fucking like make and model and year and the fucking same car, they're just like, oh, that's him. Shoot him. Holy shit. Get him on! Oh, they're getting butchered. They're totally getting butchered. Butchered at the block. The roadblock. That one detective's just running into the desert. I like how he stops at the roadblocks to fuck them all up, too. Yeah, firing squad might have been better. Yeah, there's no stopping this man. This man, the butcher, he is truly the indestructible man. The only thing that's popping in my head now, though, is like, if he does find all these crumbs and kill them, what then? What becomes of the Indestructible
This
Man?
information will answer all of your questions. If I can be of any further service, let me know. Sincerely, J.I. Louder, Captain Police, L.A.
Not the cancer.
Another all points from CHP, Captain.
Jamaica? Did we even like take that yet?
These reports sound like they come from a bunch of loonies.
You sure do. There it is.
Sergeant.
Yeah.
I want Lieutenant Chasen to look these over as soon as he comes
Hey,
in.
Goldeneye.
Right, Captain.
The next morning, I read the stories of the brutal murder of the 2 police officers. I also read the witness's statement about the bullets having no effect upon the killer.
Mwah.
I felt sorry for the witness, and I thought about how easily a person's mind can become confused when suddenly they receive a brutal shock. I didn't believe
He's going to be very upset very soon, so enjoy it while you can.
Good morning, Captain.
You and the rest of the force are going on 24-hour duty. Seen the headlines?
You mean this guy that's running amok up north?
Yeah, the latest report, he's killed 2 police officers. Made a getaway in a green coupe heading south. I've got a hunch this killer's going to be our baby.
It's going to be our baby.
In town right now.
Yeah.
You better get started, Lieutenant.
Okay.
Any new leads on that hold-up money?
I think the girl can probably be counted out. If any of the others are wise, they're keeping mighty quiet.
Let it ride for now. The whole force is going to be on the spot until we catch this killer.
I think this is the longest he's ever let me hold him.
Newspapers will have a field day.
Like this, anyways. Oh, Tony. Oh, he's getting mad now, though.
We were wrong about 2 things.
I'm sorry, buddy.
The killer was already in our city, and we didn't know he was Butcher Benton. He headed straight for Eva Martin. He went to her dressing room to get back the map he had left in the envelope with her. He wanted first to check his money, then catch up with Lowe and the others.
Well, he's going to be fucked here soon. Oh, no, he's not. Well, maybe he will be. Yeah, I got you, buddy. All right.
Can't be.
It is! It's the butcher.
It look like him.
You got my map?
I get from somewhere.
Are you going to the sewers?
It is you. Why didn't somebody tell me? What's happened, Charles? These look like bullet holes. Are they?
Yes, free live pussy cams. I need 69 bits for that though, Goldeneye. You son of a bitch. I have become a magician. Another 69.
I opened it like you told me. I found the $50. I didn't know why you left him.
$50.
Paul didn't know why he was here.
What would $50 been back then? Like $100? That's pretty cheap, considering all the money you had.
Don't think crazy.
Oh, $50? Yeah.
The name of Paul triggered his hate. He left her dressing room and started for Squeamy Ellis and Joe Marcelli's place. Because he knew, with them out of the way, Paul Lowe couldn't open the strong box where the money
You're
was
fucking
hidden.
flawed.
He thought of Squeamy and Joe first. He was saving Paul Lowe.
I mean,
for
okay. Now you're flawed. Fuck you. Sorry, that's all I could come up with. Shoe shine 25 cents. This is like $9 for a watch. Though I would assume since it's like downtown LA, that'd be a super fancy watch. Need a shoe shine, ma'am? Now let me spend the next 2 minutes dialing this phone number.
Hey, Eva, can I borrow
There
your
you go,
iPhone
Grimace.
pencil?
Maybe you should get you one of them fucking phones. Rotary phone.
Operator, get me police headquarters. Lieutenant Chasen, please.
At least it's a rotary phone and not one of those weird phones where you
When do
like
you expect?
talk into the thing on the wall and hold the fucking can up to your ear.
Tell him Charles Benton is alive, and even bullets can't stop him. I'm not
Oh,
crazy.
I can't argue with that, Grimmeth.
Just say a friend of Charles. He'll know.
Ba-bum.
She tried to tell him the butcher was alive and on his way over to kill him. Squeamy didn't believe her, and in a way you couldn't blame him. Who in their right mind would believe a man had returned from the dead? What Squeamy actually believed was that the butcher, before his execution, had hired a killer to carry out his threat.
Yeah, he just looks just like him.
You
Even,
sick?
but he's even sweatier.
What? You don't look so good to me.
So what, do all these burlesque dancers
All right.
share the same room?
Say, Eva, I could take over the matinee trick for you. What? It's easy. Look, Eva, I can do it. Stub-up-de-doo-doo-doo. Oh, Francine, I just thought of something. Yeah?
Eva agreed to let Francine do the show.
Good
She hoped
idea.
She'd be able to interrupt the butcher before he arrived at Squeamy's hotel.
Nobody will
Or,
notice a
failing that,
difference.
At least be able to warn him to stay out of sight. You wanted me, Captain?
Yeah, I just had a rundown on those fingerprints of the stolen car up north. We got nothing on the driver who was killed or the woman with him. Take a good look at these.
Ah, pictures from the burlesque
Something
show.
funny about these.
Yeah. The boys in the lab can't figure it out either. Those are the killers. They were found on the steering wheel. Looked like they'd been stamped in with a steel die.
They sure do.
These are Butcher Benton's.
What?
What?
They look the same to me. How do the lab boys explain that?
I don't. Their best guess is a twin brother. An
A
identical
twin brother!
could have
So
the
the cops are
same
going with a
pattern of
twin.
balls with only slight
twin-
variations.
They should already know that fingerprints are different, even for twins, aren't they?
No.
Please somebody tell me that
Even if he did,
fingerprints
it
are
wouldn't
different for
explain these
even
freak
for
prints.
like identical twins.
You didn't pick up your message, Lieutenant. Some wacky dame calls you. And she says...
Wacky dame. I said, listen here, toots. Calm them tits and get your ass back on the stage.
Well, she wouldn't leave her name. Sounded kind of hysterical to me. Said she was a friend of the butcher's.
Eva Martin.
Get over to Follies and see what that girl knows.
All right, well, Katie says they're the same. Looney says they're different.
Some
You're
guy
both
said
English, so that means you guys have to
I
meet
never
in
knew that.
Lunderton. Lunderland, England. And you got to fight to the death.
Meanwhile, the butcher headed for Squeamy's hotel. He didn't seem to be in any particular
Yeah, the butcher
hurry.
only had one friend.
Actually, he seemed like any
But she
normal
had
person,
tits and a
on his way
vagina.
to work or on his way home.
The hot doggery? Is that out back behind Tesco's?
He rode up Angel's Flight, arrived at the top, scanned the hotel building, and then noticed... the
Well, Goldeneye, I
only
can't trust you
window
because you
light
just want to look at my pussy.
fire escape.
You guys like the sound of my wood chimes? Sorry. Oh, that's sexy. You gotta work tonight, Death. My spirit is strong with you. Yeah, I gotta add another one. I'm sorry. That was the wrong button. I added another one. All right. Oh, here comes Limpy Magoo. I bet you he's back on the sauce. I'm so familiar with technology, I've heard of information technology. Was there really like trams and stuff that went up and down hills like that? I guess they were for like rich people who didn't want to use stairs. Poor Limpy Magoo. He should get like a free pass. Oh no! He's coming for them tenders. You can't outlimp him. All that kung fu training with beating old women with his crutches. It ain't gonna save you now. Holy shit! Ah! That would have been a great time for the Wilhelm scream. Pow, pow, pow. It does nothing. They're just gonna stand there and stare at each other. Ah! Run!
He was figuring his next step. And as he
what happened to the Kappa?
He thought about Paul
Oh,
Lowe,
never
next
mind.
man on his list.
Seen Joe Marcelli?
Mock Jelly.
When I told him I didn't want him around
Jelly,
here no more.
never hoodie.
Give me a shot.
Yeah. Poor Torgo. But, I mean, at least Torgo's still alive.
Look, I need help.
Because he didn't actually
Just
die.
found out that Benton
God
hired
damn it,
killers to
Griffith.
get me. He's after Joe, too. Then
Well, then drink up and get out. I don't want no trouble around my place.
You're a real pal.
Drink
I'm
up
sorry,
and
pal.
Get out, I said.
I'm drinking it. Hello, my name is Michael. I look after... Yeah, you know what? Hello, my name is Michael, and I produced, wrote the screenplay, and directed this movie. And I also starred in it as the main protagonist. And I spent half the movie. Okay, so the dude made the movie. This is the fucking weird thing about Manos: The Hands of Fate. So that dude wrote the movie, and he wrote in that weird fucking scene in the middle of it that had no purpose, where that woman went to try and like help him, but all she did was lick and kiss all over him, and then smack him around, and then ran off. It had no effect in the plot. Nothing happened. You would have thought while that woman was licking the side of his face, you would think, I wonder why, what purpose this is bear on the whole, you know, the plot. Wait, this movie doesn't have a plot? What the fuck? Listerine. You better smoke that cigarette faster, Joe. He's coming for you. Take that drink. Get out of here. Oh shit, I've had too many drinks. Okay. Yeah, you can hear the... So I wonder if his cells expanding made his hearing even better. You can hear that lift from outside. God damn, that thing looks dangerous. Come here! Oh yeah, boy! I want to suplex you down. Another. He said. He sounded like one of those weird birds in a fucking like.
Operator, get me the police. Please. Yes.
There's so many people smoking in this movie.
What's happened?
A guy named Squeamy got thrown from the 5th floor. He's dead on a mackerel. Customer of mine.
You mean Squeamy Ellis?
Yeah, that's it.
Just Squeamy. No one else was killed.
Ain't one enough?
Oh, thank goodness. Sorry.
I tell you, the bullets never even phased him. He must have been wearing a bulletproof vest.
God help us when the papers get a hold of this.
I never belch on any of my streams except for the one that I'm drinking alcohol
Get
in.
a stake out on Joe Marcelli.
You can
I'd
eat.
like to talk to Joe. Lauder, I'm going to call San Quentin. Suppose Benton is alive.
Every available man.
Self-awareness is a good thing.
Yes, sir. All right. All right. Anything new?
Report on Dr. Bradshaw, owner of the station wagon. The San Francisco police located his
Oh,
laboratory in the basement of an electrical power receiving station.
I remember being little and seeing like all the cigarette advertisements.
The lab is a shambles. But now we're getting some action from San Francisco.
Not the commercials, but the ones in like magazines and stuff. They're pretty much gone out too.
An attendant there finally broke down, admitted he picked up some quick cash by handing the body over
Pretty
to
much
a man
well
he was unable to identify.
You know what? This comes up randomly on the streams recently too, Grimmeth. There's actually a gas station in my town that still fucking sells those. Apparently they... Well, I guess they don't necessarily still make the cigarette candy things, but I know that they still sell them. I mean, they could just be the leftover ones from all the years recently, but they still have them. Like, there's a gas station I know on the west side of my town. They've got like a little fucking woven basket that's just full of all the cigarette candies. It's like, that's so weird. Because you think they would have went after those before they went after almost anything else. It's like candy corn to get it. Yeah. It's not even like candy corn. They're fucking chalk. They're chalk with some edible paint spray brushed onto it.
He walked down toward the sump area in the direction where you'd seen those lights a short while before.
What happened then, miss? Please try to tell us.
Well, I just sat there a few minutes, I guess.
Just tie them tits down, lady.
Mad. Then there was a loud crash, like heavy metal, sort of, from down here. I got out of the car to get a better look.
Heavy metal's pretty
Jimmy
good.
cry out something. I couldn't make out the words. Down here.
What he said?
The patch of light was Jimmy, and coming toward him was this man, big man.
Bigman.
Lifted Jimmy up over his head like
Veteran
some weight.
Bigman picked up Jimmy.
Jimmy screamed just once before he broke Jimmy's back. I heard it snap that far away.
The bones! I heard them
started running till I found his house. They let me use the phone.
Thank you, miss.
Start smacking her. Calm down, toots.
O'Malley.
That's enough
see that
crying
young
for
lady gets
now.
home all right.
We need more words and less blubbering.
Paul Lowe, while driving to his office, heard a radio commentator report the murder of Joe Marcelli. And what shocked him most was when the broadcast identified the killer as possibly being the butcher. Lowe headed straight for Eva Martin at the Burlesque Theater.
Well, that shows you, Grimmett. The real problem is the
You
movies.
gave me a start, Mr. Lowe.
What are you doing here? Where's Eva?
Oh, I'm taking her place. I'm going to wear her costume. What's it to you?
That's pretty good.
Where's Eva?
Needs more
Hey,
boobs
don't
and
get
less
physical.
words. Then I would get
Well, what's your tone of voice, Buster?
more
I told you.
account
She's
suspensions,
easy.
bans, and less
I can see that for myself. Where is
streams.
she?
She's at police headquarters.
Hold her down with a
That's
suplex.
where
That'd
she
work.
is.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Licorice
Captain Walters, still with
pipe?
the mayor.
A licorice
Killer dropped
pipe.
out of sight. He was last seen in the
That is
Hollywood
so
area.
weird.
Yes, sir. We know he's dangerous. Every angle's being covered. Yes, sir. I'll tell him.
Show Bob and Eugene? Who's Eugene? Bob's in Eugene.
Yeah, see how these fit.
Low heels.
I bet you while he's in the other room,
Department can afford.
he's probably smelling them.
Any idea how you do that?
I bet you had that dark-skinned fellow shining them downstairs,
I
didn't you,
want to see
Toots?
the captain. I'll have to wait here all night.
Oh. Oh, Charles killed Squeamy and Joe.
Joe, too? Benton?
He's alive. I saw him, but nobody will believe me.
I'm checking it. My guess is whoever killed them is on the trail of the money, Lowe. Now, maybe you better start talking if you know anything about it.
I don't know anything.
Did the butcher have a brother?
No, no brother.
It was Charles. I saw the tattoo on his arm.
Look, I demand police protection.
Where's the money, Lowe?
Calm down and have another
I
cigarette.
know my rights.
We put stakeouts on your office and home.
Well, that's not enough.
It's enough as far as we're concerned.
Oh, what the fuck are you doing?
Are you gonna book me, Sergeant?
Then throw away the key.
Yes, he's trying to... I understand why he would do that, but it's just so weird. Because you can just turn to him and be like, look, dude,
We've checked every hotel, motel, and rooming house.
you can either put me in the jail cell now, after I punch you, or you can just put me in one.
This is incredible. We not only discover a dead man turned killer,
Punch you and you
but
beat the
beginning to
shit
look
out of me
like
when I
the
get
place
down
goes, too. He's somewhere in this city, and if we have to take it apart brick by brick, we've got to get him.
I may be
Brick by
way off,
brick,
but I think
tit
Paul
by
Lowe
tit.
tell us a lot.
Maybe.
Search every burlesque
He's not
and
going to.
brick building for this
Well, there's
man.
no alternative.
Even the one with the brown
Better
bricks.
grab some coffee. Your mind's beginning to play tricks on you.
No, now, wait a minute. When Lowe came to us for police protection, it was because he was scared stiff the butcher would add him to the list of Squeamy Ellis and Joe Marcelli.
Go on.
It figures, too. When he slugged the sergeant, he knew we'd book him right away. Oh, this Lowe's a pretty cute character. But we can play the same game.
You mean we'll threaten to release him?
Well, not exactly. You tell him you realize that he was excited, that throwing the punch was accidental. Tell him we're not going to make a charge, that he's completely released.
Lieutenant, you know we can't do that. Lowell made his first mistake when he hit the sergeant, and that'll get him a year. As far as the department's concerned, at least it's a small victory.
If my hunch is right, Lowe won't want to be on the streets with the butcher looking for him. And he may talk, and talk a lot. Enough maybe for us to get rid of him permanently.
Get his gums
Release the
flapping.
butcher.
If he's frightened enough, that might work. But if it doesn't... No, Dick, I'm not going to release him. I want him out of my way so bad I can...
He's
take
not
it.
asking you to
Not
release him.
be
He's just saying,
responsible for getting
fucking
killed.
tell him you're going
Good
to.
thing
You
about that, Captain, is the fact we know it.
How are you a captain, but you don't get what the fuck
Give it a
is he
try.
saying?
All right, Lowe. Come on out.
Okay, maybe he did.
think you'll
I'm just
find
getting a little
everything in there.
overexcited.
You're free to go, Mr. Lowell.
Okay, it's cool. Never mind. We're good.
Wait a minute. Who do you think you're kidding? You arrested me for assaulting an officer. Court, I'll plead guilty. With luck, I might get off with
Kill him
6 months.
first.
For a lawyer,
Brutal.
you're getting a very important point. If no charge is made, there's no trial. It was a tough day for everyone. We figured your nerves were on edge, and when you threw the punch, you didn't know what you were doing. I've squared everything with the sergeant. It's all over, all forgotten.
Yeah? Why'd you bring a stenographer?
Simply because I wanted a record of our conversation at the time of your release. Okay, Lo, let's go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Time to go, Lo.
What's out on those streets and I'm a dead man? If you let me go, you'll be responsible for murder.
Oh, come off.
Murder?
You're imagining things.
You know the butcher threatened to kill me. You set me free, he'll do it.
Well, that's just a risk we'll have to take. But the way I look at it, Mr. Lowe, you'll be okay.
Justice
Look,
will
Captain,
be
I'll make it
served.
You keep me here and I'll tell you how to recover the money. Maybe even catch the butcher.
No deals, Lowell. You'd probably tell us anything just to stall for time. Come on, let's get out of here.
Now, wait a minute. All right. I'll tell you the truth.
I'll tell you everything. You got
Sure
me by
thing,
the
Lieutenant.
balls.
I, Paul Lowe, hired Butcher Benton, Squeamy Ellis, and Joe Maselli to
Hey again, Shadow.
pull off the armored car holdup.
And then Lowe continued with his
Calm
confession.
down. Okay.
He told us about finding the
I'm
man.
coming down.
He showed us the exact location of where the butcher had hidden the stolen payroll.
Calm down.
And he gave us a most important answer. The explanation as to how the butcher was
Too
able
much
to avoid
overreaction.
detection. His means of escape was the sewer system beneath our city.
3 more? Okay. I'm sure I'll find something to re-at here soon. Are we in the sewers now?
The department went to work fast. Every police squad in the city was
Get the
detailed
white.
to cover a specific area. Every entrance and exit to the Los Angeles city sewer
Oh, he's the
system of
fucking sewer
700
levels.
miles
Sewer levels, or catacombs,
Slaughter and I,
or
along with several
tombs,
other squads,
or
headed
fucking...
for the entrance where, according to the map, Butcher had hidden the money. Our job was to stop him, and that made me think of one specific question.
Watch,
When we
Grimmett.
found him,
At the end, we're going to find out the
must be
only money
stopped.
that they actually got away with
I, for
was the
one,
$50
wasn't
that he
sure.
gave that burlesque dancer. Yep, better hide it here. The cops will have it. Never mind.
Everything all set, Lieutenant?
City engineers mapped out each possible exit. A squad of officers are spotted at every point. If the Butcher can be caught, now's the time.
Why is he
After I
staring
talked
at everything
about
like
called in
that?
The fire department for a little help. The professors thought a flamethrower might stop him.
Flamethrower.
Flamethrower!
Their boys have had a chance to join our squads by now. See, we have one with us here.
Have you thought about what'll happen if this
All
doesn't
right,
work?
to be fair, a flamethrower would probably be a better
I've been
choice
praying
against
too
this
hard
guy
that it will
after
work.
bullets have done absolutely nothing. So I don't even know why the fuck they're walking down there with guns. Well, I mean, to be entirely fair, burning something is a little bit different than just shooting it. Look at that trigger control! He's got his finger on the trigger while he's going down the ladder underneath everybody else. I would shoot him, the guy in the hat. And fucking shoot somebody in the foot or the ass while they're climbing down ahead of them. I wonder if they just like drop their shotguns to each other down the fucking hole. I wonder how much it cost them to rent out the sewer in LA. Are you kidding me? Hold on, hold on. No, I'm rewinding now. That guy's got a bazooka! I don't know how the fuck I missed it. He's got a bazooka. Okay. Alright. Bring the bazooka. Hey, Officer Jones, make sure you bring the bazooka. Everyone! Well, we bombed them zipper heads. Make sure to bring that thermonuclear warhead.
This is where we split up. I'll go straight ahead.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Go ahead and split up. Bucks. Oh, there is a guy with a flamethrower. Yes, I want to go and stand right next to the guy with the all the fuel on his back. Well, I'll tell you one thing. They're already running these fucking sewer scenes about as long as Manos the Hand of Fate did. Hand of Fate? It's good. This is a competent movie compared to what we watched earlier, so you gotta take what you can get.
This map's right. We're off our course. We'll have to backtrack.
Well, to me, I mean, I agree in everything, but it does seem like a flamethrower is a really poor choice against anything that uses hand-to-hand combat to try and kill you. Or tries to kill you with its hands. Or, like, zombies, flamethrowers are okay so long as you don't have to worry about them, like, charging you or anything. If it's just, like, a long, slow burn. But if this motherfucker right here is charging at you, and you shoot him with a flamethrower, and he grabs you by your fucking neck, what are you gonna do? You're gonna explode. Oh, this guy with his cute little fucking 32 revolver. Yes, the bazooka guy there is to shoot the guy with the flamethrower. At least he found the money. There you go, Griffith. The 32 guy, yeah, the guy with the 32 revolver is gonna get the KS.
Let him have it.
Let him have it! Here we go! Bazooka blast! Boom! Motherfucker! That's not how bazookas work! It just goes, and runs away. That's not how bazookas work. Charge him! Charge the guy with the flamethrower! What, is he out of fuel already? His clothes aren't even burnt. Come on. He's got like one little burn hole in his back. Come on, Butcher. Okay. All right, never mind. You got me. Oh, God. His savior, and yet also his nemesis, electricity. Man, his face looks like a month-old pizza pie. Oh yeah, stars. That looks pretty appropriate. He looks close enough. The biohazard weapon thing. Where'd it go? Nemesis. Yeah, that's the correct one. I'm sorry, I'm not I'm a little drunk right now. Oh, look at that twirl. This is how you did parkour back in the 40s or 50s or whenever this was made. Parkour! Yes, climb the ladder, nobody shall notice you. Not up there. I like how he was shot in the front of his torso with a bazooka and his shirt still just... I mean, it's still there. I mean, it's not fine, but it's still there. Hey, guys, I wonder where he's at. Where could he possibly be? I'm glad they decided to do this on Easter Sunday when all the workers were off. Is he still climbing? Yeah, he's still up there. Good thing he decided on this dead end. Why is it? So the guy standing at the top of the crane, he just looks like a... Oh no. No! Oh, this was like from the opening title screen, wasn't it? Pour one out for your homie, Butcher.
The tremendous shock of electricity
Joe,
brought the
John.
Butcher back to life, destroyed him. The $600,000 stolen in the armored truck robbery has been recovered. Case closed.
Well, that's it.
Well, here are the scientist's comments for your records. I had to fill in a few spots with my own guesses, but I guess that's about the size of it.
Oh, yeah, just guessing and police file. Yeah.
How's the girl today?
Well, I called the hospital about an hour ago. She'd gone.
Gone? Where?
She told them she was a working girl and that she'd been away from the
A
job
working
too long
girl.
already.
Quite a girl.
Yeah.
Clever
Hey,
girl.
How about that time off I've got coming?
48 hours, beginning right now.
48 hours? There's a fucking detective just solved the case. The guy fucking came back to life, and he went around killing people. The cops, and he was killing cops. He was killing cops. This guy wanted fucking 48 hours off. And he's like, yeah, I guess you deserve it. Good job, pal.
That rest in the hospital today really gave me a new lease on life. Now that it's over,
You got 38 hours to bang. 48 hours to bang your fucking lady in the car. Oh, I'm sorry.
I suppose you'll be assigned to another case. I'll have to give up hamburgers in the front seat of the car for steaks in a restaurant.
No. I've thought about that. In fact, I decided to do something about it. I started by talking the captain into a short holiday. And just about an hour ago, I got you fired.
What? What did you do that for?
A vacation.
I figured that being my wife would take up all of your time.
Even if I wanted to say no, I couldn't. You're not supposed to say no to a detective.
I figured that, too.
You're not supposed to say no to a detective? Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, movie. Fuck you and your detective and your 48-hour vacation. You need to eat my goddamn nuts. That's a fucking weekend. Hey, guys. Well, that was fun. Okay. All right. I'll be RB. We're going to have us a short intermission, and then we will enjoy our third and final film for the night.